All right. Hey, everybody. We are coming to you live. I don't know if you can see Carl. I think you have to step in a little bit. I'm going to give you a brief introduction, a little overview on VibraGenix. We are the founders and the owners of VibraGenix.
And the UPS guy just showed up.
Only when it's live does that happen. Yes, we are at work.
We're in our world headquarters in beautiful downtown Richland, Washington.
We manufacture a line of VibraSonic machines, and we wanted to tell you a little bit about those today and what they do in the body. So I'm Dr. Caroline Stites, business partner, like I said, Dr. Carl Cadwell. Can we have a slide or something? Sorry. Technical difficulties. So my background, I was raised in Western medicine, deeply submerged, whole family of physicians. And after a while, I started asking a few more questions, and I ended up taking a hard right into naturopathic medicine. And I went back and got a master's in nutrition because I was always on this constant quest to figure out the keys, what was missing, studying history in medicine, how much we don't know, how many things that have changed over time, how many different healing modalities there are. And that kind of led me to sonic whole body vibration about 16, 17 years ago. And that was at its inception point. It was first made in Korea, and I helped to import and distribute in the US and kind of fell in love with the technology. And then, let's see, about 7 years later, another company called Sonic World made a machine, and we also imported and distributed to the US. And then about 5 years ago, I got this business partner. He had an extensive background in manufacturing, and we decided to go into R&D, which took 3 long years. But we developed something that I think surpasses anything that's been done before, and is one of only 2 sound-based machines in the country, or in the world, actually. And I met Carl and Linda about 10 years ago, I think.
Yes. And she drugged me kicking and dragging, screaming into this. And I just said, man, what is this about, Caroline? She was so passionate about it. You know, I just said, gosh, this has got to be snake oil, you know, voodoo, I'm not sure what, but she insisted that we try it. And I'm so glad she did. And since then, I've purchased 12 units for my family and for our businesses. But I think the thing that really made it for me is, first of all, I got on the machine and I found out that I was really fully alive. It just energized me. And I was already going at 1,000 miles an hour. But I still had energy at the end of the day when I get on the machine and run it, and it would rejuvenate me and just keep me going. The second thing is I was out water skiing, and I'm a passionate water skier, and I was going around a corner and I had another wake boat, and I said, I can pull this out. I was hanging out with one arm, and it ripped it back like this and tore my rotator cuff and my deltoid muscle, and we were on vacation. And finally get back to town, and my hands all swollen. I get on the machine and I run lymph drainage and inflammation, and doggone it, my swelling didn't go away. I was amazed, but I still couldn't lift my arm up, couldn't get it. I was basically holding it right here. The doc says surgery on my rotator cuff, the deltoid muscle will heal itself, and I couldn't raise. But on the machine, I could slowly begin to raise my arm, but only on the machine. After the end of a week, I could actually get it over my head, but only my arm. 2 months later, I had full range of motion. I was
watching.
Full range of motion, no pain. It took me a couple more months to get my full strength back again. That was just amazing aha moment for me that just really cemented, says this stuff really does work and makes a difference. And then we, as Caroline mentioned, we developed a line of this. We actually have 4. Yeah, we had it up there. We actually have 4 models. We have 2 of them here. This one over here by Caroline is the one that goes up to 550 pounds. And so you can put a large athlete on it and they do weightlifting on it. And we can also, I have one of these in my club for people that have to lose a lot of weight, and it's really effective, but there's a few people that need one that big. This is the one that more typically goes in the home, and the one that I have in home goes up to about 300 pounds. And so we've made this line of equipment to meet needs both at the home for lighter, a lot of chiropractic practices. For example, we used a smaller machine. I'm going to have Caroline get on here. We're going to show you what it does. most of you have not seen this, but it's, I went to the screen save, okay. But we started running, and this is the vibration, and it's, you might see her jiggle a little bit, but she says something, you'll hear it, her voice will quiver.
Always do your singing practicing on here, for sure. Take phone calls, all that.
Great vibrato that you couldn't get any other way. But then there's some frequencies, when we talk about sound frequencies, we're going to turn a couple of them on. Why don't you turn on weight loss so you can see what that, we're going to talk about that. And so those are weight loss frequencies, and these are sound sets, or we call them panels that have frequencies. We're going to talk in more detail, but they help in losing weight. Turn on weight. Muscle pain and injury is another one that I found very helpful to help me recover after I've been working out, and so I can go back and play hard again the next day. So that's a real quick view of what, when we talk about the sound vibration comes from the plate on the bottom. We have the sound frequencies that come through the plate, come through speakers, and come through some cell exciters that you put right on your skin. So that's an introduction very briefly of what we're talking about here. So one of the next areas we want to go is we're going to talk about several different things here. We're going to talk about sound frequencies and the power of them. We're going to talk about the effects on cellular energy. We're going to talk about how it can increase your blood flow, lymph circulation. And we're going to talk about weight loss and wellness study that we did at one of my clubs. We're going to have a Q&A at the end, by the way. We'd love to have your questions. We'll try to answer them all. And so you can chat those in, or you can send those in. We'll open it up for live chat also.
I want to talk a little bit about the power of sound frequencies. Sound frequencies are very profound, but it's not woo-woo. It's not brand new. They've been around and heavily researched for 80 years. So in the medical industry, we've used ultrasound forever. Non-invasive lipo, something newer. That's the frequencies that shatter the fat cell. We also have those in our machine. Skin tightening, that's used in dermatology. They use sound waves for that. And pain management. Also dentistry, we have scalar wave, isn't that what they call it? That they clean your teeth with at the dentist office?
Yeah, when you go to the dentist, they clean your teeth with a sonic.
Yeah, scalar wave or something. There's sonic toothbrush, which most of us have, sonic water pick. This is not woo-woo, it's actual science. So it's something really profound that we have in our machine, and we'll talk a little bit more about that with the 80 years of sound frequency research. We have multiple panels that you can pull up for all kinds of things. So why don't you go on to the next slide, please? So let's talk about our cells. Smallest building block, super important. If you have a healthy cell, everything works better. So these are dark field analysis. The slide you see here above is before 10 minutes of sonic whole body vibration. The one at the bottom is after just 10 minutes. And that's a profound change. And this is not mechanical vibration. This is only happens with sonic vibration. So what's happening here is it's actually increasing the cell voltage. There's a really smart guy named Otto Warburg that got a Nobel Prize for his study in this. And he found that most people run somewhere around 50 millivolts. And what you need to be is 70 to 90 millivolts. And there's that overall negative surface charge on the cells that when their cell voltage is up, they push away from each other. When that happens, you bring in more oxygen and nutrients and get rid of more waste products, and the cell becomes healthy. Your cells promote other healthy cells. Your body starts to function and heal much more rapidly. So cell voltage really controls the name of the game. If you drop down low, 35 millivolts is where most people start getting sick, chronically ill. So this is one of the biggest things you can do to change the game of wellness, overall wellness of the body. Next slide.
So is this what makes me feel better when I get on the machine? I kind of run at the end of the day. I run my race. I get back to this, and I just feel like I'm alive again. Is that what's going on there?
That's what's going on.
I know my cells. Okay.
Taking up the energy in your body. And this sound waves actually will affect every cell in your body equally, as much at the top of your head as the bottom of your feet. So what happens when you have healthy cells? More energy. We just talked about that. You can resist disease. You have rapid recovery from training and injury, and that's a really big deal for athletes. The faster they can recover, get back in the game, get back in practice on the field, the better. And as you age, you don't recover as rapidly. So something like this is kind of a, secret weapon, I think, to anti-aging, to being able to still play hard in your 50s and on up.
We've had so many people at the club hurt themselves, and they've gotten on the VibraGenix machines, and they find out that after even just a few days, like 4 or 5 days, they're back playing again at full speed. And it's just amazing. And they're just totally shocked they can do that also. So it does help you recover truly at the speed of sound. I know that I had the same blood done under the dark field microscope, and when I had it done, they were amazed that all my red blood cells were separated. And they had to ask me, I said, well, what are you doing? Because we don't see anybody like that. I told them exactly what I was doing. I was on a sonic whole body vibration machine, and I'm doing it every day to keep myself really healthy and vibrant and alive at my ancient age.
Yeah, yeah, right. So key to vibrant health is really your lymphatic system. And I mean, it's a lot of things. Blood circulation, as we know, is very important as well. But a lot of people don't know what the lymphatic system is. It's just a word that's kind of out there. They don't really have a clear understanding. It's really a cleaning system for your bloodstream. So for every major blood vessel in your body, whether it be a vein or an artery, you're going to have lymphatic vessels paralleling it, sometimes up to 4 of them, to constantly clean out the bloodstream. Bloodstream has to maintain very stable values for a person to even maintain life. So every so often there's a lymph node, your body sends in all the bacteria destroying things, comes up with ways to eliminate. Moving the lymphatic system is super important. Traditional medicine is now looking at that as the cause, the underlying cause of most disease. And the problem with the lymphatic system, it doesn't have a pump. You know, your circulation has the heart. It gives the nice pump to it, pumps the blood through your system. Lymphatic system doesn't have one. It relies exclusively on muscle action and one-way valves. So this machine is probably the most profound technology I've ever seen for moving the lymphatic system. And it affects all over your body at the same time. So 4, 5, and 6 hertz are the perfect frequencies for throwing the lymph up, allowing the one-way valve to close, and then doing that over and over again. This is also stimulating all the muscle fibers. So this, I've seen lymphedema that is so bad that just goes away and is completely managed with something like this. In addition, in our sound frequency formulas, there is also a panel for lymphatic drainage that also stimulates those vessels. So you combine the two together and get an incredibly effective system.
I'm going to turn the fan off just a little quieter in case there's background noise.
Okay, and we did go ahead.
Oh,
You know,
this is,
I did a study at one of his clubs. I read a lot of studies on sonic whole body vibration, on mechanical vibration. It's my passion, it's my baby, it's been my area of expertise for 16 plus years. And all the studies I had seen were 3 months, 6 months, most commonly 6 months and 12 months. And although it gave me lots of, great data, I wanted to see if we could effect a change in a short period of time, combining the sound wave technology of whole body vibration with the sound frequency formulas for weight loss, stress relief, fatigue, and detoxification.
and sleep.
Hey, sleep automatically after being on this because it moves energy blocks. So 10 minutes on this machine is actually equal to an hour of moderate cardio or 90 minutes of Qigong or Tai Chi as far as energy movement and stimulation in the muscles. So we kind of randomly pulled people from the community. A few of them already were working out at the club. Some people weren't working out at all. Some people were very sedentary. And we pulled them into the study. Only 28 completed the study. We met the minimum requirement of 11 sessions in 1 month. 20-minute sessions 3 times a week. No change to diet, exercise program, or anything. The only thing I wanted to do is make sure they drank plenty of water. When you're using this technology, it detoxifies you, so you need to keep your water consumption up. Go back a slide, please. We measured different things. So we did extensive measurements, from wrist to forearm to upper arm, all throughout the body. We did weight. We took a heart rate, blood pressure, and then we gave them a sliding scale subjective assessment. And they just 1 to 10 for stress, where were they at? Pain, sleep, depression, fatigue, and put that in a file and looked at the end of the study. So let's go on to the next slide. So weight loss, as you can see, 4.1 pounds was the average. Some people stayed the same, didn't lose much. Other people that maybe had a sedentary lifestyle to begin with, this was ramping up, to I don't know, what would that be, six miles of walking, something like that. Lost 21.8 pounds. Okay, next slide. Average inches lost was great. I mean, one person, 32.25. Average was 13.3. And you got to remember, this is just 1 month. It's a very short period of time. And
Was that just around my fat belly?
told you, all measurements are taken.
Okay.
So, and it's the average of everything. Next slide, please.
This was really interesting because I didn't even know that you were going to do this and these subjective measurements. And this is where you just pick a number on a scale and says, what's my pain today? But the really surprising thing to me was that everybody improved. And you notice that the pain dropped. The stress was incredible. That was the biggest single drop in terms of percentage, is the amount of stress decrease happened by getting on this machine. Sleep improved. Sleep may be overrated, but it did improve. People were generally less depressed, and fatigue was another one. We saw a great drop in the amount of fatigue. And I can certainly relate to a couple of those in my own life where this just takes fatigue and just gets rid of it. My stress just kind of dumps. It's almost as good as water skiing for getting rid of stress. No,
Nothing
okay.
beats water skiing.
So in a wrap up, what we've shown is that when you have one of these, you increase the energy or the voltage in every cell that you have in your whole body. Your blood circulation increases. So you bringing in more nutrients and more oxygen and removing more waste through the bloodstream. Your lymph system, which cleans you out, helps you to drain a lot of these toxins away, is stimulated. And it's exercise just by standing on the machine. As Caroline mentioned, it's about an hour of, 10 minutes is about an hour of cardio. And in weight loss, there's lipolysis. And I guess sometimes I understand, what is lipolysis, by the way?
It's when you have certain frequency formulas that split the fat cell. And then there's another one they use in non-invasive lipo called cavitation. It's another set of frequencies that actually puts little.
Isn't that what my boat does when I turn too fast? It cavitates?
We hope not. Water skiers, boaters, snow skiers, we're really active people. So this technology is especially important to us. Also wanted to say something. Can I interject for a moment?
Oh, you are.
Clearly. So the U.S. Surgeon General a number of years ago, and this quote is actually on our site, made a statement about sonic whole body vibration. And that was to the effect that, this can be an ideal form of exercise for a lot of people that are handicapped, people that can't exercise, people with balance issues. And we see more and more of those in the Asian population. And, to move all your fluids and stimulate all your cells. And this literally, each frequency that it goes through, there's going to be a frequency panel that targets certain organs in your body and certain muscle groups and makes them resonate at a healthy frequency. So overall, very, very healing, especially when you're unable to exercise like you used to or have an injury.
We have an incredible video up on our website at VibraGenix.com, and you can watch that 8-minute video. It talks about the science behind this more than anything else. If you'd like to go there, you're welcome to view that video. So now we're at the time when you can ask all sorts of questions. One of the questions that seems to always be asked, well, how much do these things cost? I'll just get that one up front. And so we have home models that start, we had those 4 models start at $6,950, and they go clear up to $14,950, which is this one here. The one I use at my home is $8,250, and the third one in there I think is $12,950 that we don't have out here.
Right.
So anyway.
And just features, bells and whistles. I wish we had some cell exciters to show you, but it doesn't look like we do.
Anyway, that's there. So we have any other questions? I think you can.
Awesome, thanks.
Oh yeah, here's cell
I'm going to
exciters.
show you these really quick. So this is something very unique about our machine. So not only do we have the Bose speakers that point directly at the body, we have a couple of voice coils in the base that are very, very clear and amazing. You can even run your phone, your stereo through here. It's an amazing sound system. And then these plug into the side, and we call them cell exciters. And they look like a mouse that goes with your computer, but it's actually a speaker in here that you put directly in your body. So if you're trying to work on a specific area, or if you have inflammation in your elbow, or if you have back pain, whatever it is, you just put the cell exciters where they need to be, and then pick those frequencies on the machine. And there are so many frequencies, especially on these two. It's almost limitless what you can do. A little combination of Eastern and Western medicine. It's great stuff.
It is. It's amazing stuff.
So what are the contraindications of using this machine?
That's a great question. Caroline, you want to take that one?
Sure. So there are a few contraindications. So if you've had a total knee replacement, you need to wait 9 months. And if you've had a total hip replacement, you need to wait a year, unless you're one of these amazing people that heals really fast. So if your doctor releases you to exercise in less time than that, you are free to get on the machine. The biggest thing we don't want to do when you have metal in your body and you're trying to fuse it to bone, you don't want to cause different vibrations to keep that from adhering. Major surgeries, you're going to want to wait to release for exercise 6 weeks for a lot of them. Minor surgeries, you don't have to worry about it. If it is something major though, you do want the surfaces of the skin that are trying to heal, you want everything just kind of easily, gently seal over. That doesn't mean you can't be on the machine with this other sound frequencies. They can go through it, but I wouldn't turn on like the full body workout. I wouldn't do that for the first 6 weeks after a surgery. A lot of people have asked about pacemakers. So what's unique about our technology is it is sound waves. So it's kind of, we had a lot of people talk to their cardiologist first and look at the technology. And they said essentially it's like sitting in front of your speaker system at home, your stereo system. What they don't recommend is that you don't lay down on the plate with your heart right above it. So if you were to lay down on the plate, say to do abs, something like that, I wouldn't do that. There are magnets, and that would be the only thing, but they are voice coils. So it's just, it is all sound. It's very smooth. Sound frequencies, curve at the top, curve at the bottom. It's very welcoming and healing for the body, instead of the abrupt up, stop, down, stop of a mechanical machine.
And when we had a dog, we couldn't keep our dog off of it. They loved it.
They do. Animals love this technology. They love sound frequencies too.
So who buys these machines?
A lot of people have them in their homes, PTs, chiropractors, lots and lots of chiropractors. With the VibraSonic, the original product that we brought in, that was our #1 group. They loved them. People adjusted easier and the adjustments held longer.
Health clubs, buying them.
Weight loss centers.
Putting them in their recovery zones, weight loss centers, med spas are putting them in now. They're just starting to figuring this out, that it works for them. So they're going into quite a few areas where people are interested in, how do I lose weight? How do I stay young? How do I fight off the ravages of getting younger every year?
So also sports and training centers for recovery. I mean, this technology was used in the Olympics to, enhance jump height, jump length, and shorten the recovery time. And especially if you get injured, this really shortens your recovery time. So that's super key in any kind of sport.
There's one traumatic brain injury center that has these in.
So what is the lead time if somebody were to buy it?
Well, we process your card today and probably ship the next day, depending on the next business day we'll ship. And depending on where you are in the US and if it's residential or if it's a corporate location, with a loading dock, it can take 3 to 5 business days. I'm sure if we ship everything FedEx, so we're easily able to track it.
That's all the questions.
All right.
Are there any other questions? If you want to unmute yourself, you can actually ask them. Well, I just want to thank everybody for jumping on, spending part of their beautiful summer afternoon in July with us. We just are open. You can give us a call. We have our phone numbers on there. We have our emails on there. You give us a call. We can talk about this. We can answer your questions and help you out any way that we can. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
All right.